Right, let's jump straight in. We're about to take a deeply human journey, figuring out how our kids, and honestly, how we truly learn, recover, and grow. This explainer, it's all about peering past the surface of what a kid is doing and looking under the hood at the engine driving it all. So, picture this. A kid sitting at a desk, right? They're gripping a pencil way too tight. Their shoulders are braced like they're carrying some invisible weight. I mean, we've all seen this. But why does it actually happen? And more importantly, why is understanding this absolutely crucial for every parent, teacher, or caregiver who's just watching them struggle? Well, before we start demanding perfect behavior, we've got to realize one foundational truth. Children are, quite literally, growing nervous systems. That means their bodies are reacting to the world around them. Maybe their heart rate is spiking over a broken crayon, way before their brains have the actual language to tell us what's wrong. It really boils down to this. A child doesn't need more pressure before they have more language. What they actually need is a simple, clear map of what's happening inside them before they can even begin to sort out the outside. We can't just force them to understand. We have to help them map it out.
Section 1. The storm before the calm.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. This 6-part first principles architecture is a real game changer. It's the actual backbone of how we take a totally frustrating mistake or a full-blown meltdown and turn it into a genuine moment of growth. And as you'll see, it all starts with the body.
Section 2. Decoding the body signal.
Think of this concept like a body weather. When a kid feels heat rising in their chest, a clenched jaw, or that sudden wobbly stomach, those aren't discipline failures. No way. They are absolutely vital early warning clues. The body is simply acting as the very first messenger. And by catching that physical signal early, we get to step in with warmth. Instead of jumping straight into correction mode, we can pause, stay curious, and connect first. You see, connection builds safety, and safety is exactly what a flooded, panicked nervous system is begging for. Section 3. The one breath bridge. Now, you might be wondering, how does taking one slow breath fix anything when your living room currently feels like a war zone? It's a totally fair question. But the truth is, you literally cannot teach a brain that is actively defending itself. It helps to picture it like a bridge. We absolutely have to regulate the body, the emotional intelligence side, before we can safely cross over and build up the IQ side. You know, you have to study the foundation before you can even think about solving the math problem or fixing the broken toy.
Because honestly, the goal here isn't forced silence. We aren't aiming for blind compliance. The real goal is genuine readiness to learn. It's about guiding that child gently back to a place of calm, open curiosity.
Section 4. Finding 3 solid facts. So, what happens when a child is totally flooded with emotion? Well, just barking rules at them or making them repeat facts doesn't work. Their thinking brain is completely offline, which is exactly why we've got to rebuild their confidence from the ground up, one tiny step at a time. Here's the trick. You place exactly 3 solid objects on the table, 3 undeniable, rock-solid facts. By pulling away all the guesses and the fears, you're giving their mind a safe, solid floor to stand on. And once those 3 facts are locked in, something almost magical happens. The child suddenly starts seeing the pattern on their own. They finally start partnering their emotional intelligence right alongside their intellect. Section 5. The safe next try. Have you ever wondered how crying over a math mistake or maybe a really tense standoff on the playground can somehow turn into a lifelong skill? It happens the exact moment a mistake stops feeling like a permanent character flaw. When we treat a mistake like a map, a wrong answer isn't a dead end anymore. Not at all. It just becomes incredibly useful data. It helps us figure out exactly which step shifted the pattern. And you know, this works for social stuff too. If there's a wobble in a friendship, this exact same architecture steps in. It shows a developing brain that conflict doesn't mean a relationship is doomed. It can actually heal, just through taking ownership and offering a single, honest repair sentence. At this point, the kid is no longer frozen by the fear of getting it wrong. They're back at it, trying the problem again, but this time they're armed with a profound understanding that a mistake is really just evidence pointing them toward a smarter try. Section 6. The Inside-Out Promise. Ultimately, this whole framework offers us a promise for the future. It's the vision of a child who's calm enough to see the world clearly, curious enough to test out their own ideas, and brave enough to just try again when things inevitably fall apart. So as we wrap up this explainer, picture this sequence. A child notices a feeling, pauses, breathes, finds 3 facts, and tries again kindly. I want to leave you with this final thought to take into your home or your classroom. When the storm finally clears, what small, safe try will you guide a child toward today?